how does let's call it the atypical community fit into this new economy you're talking about?
No, and so this is the thing that, like, there are two sides to this, and this is the current American approach to every problem. Actually, these people have like incredible hidden talents that if you put them in various like appropriate environments, like you'll see that they can like contribute like at incredible levels.
I think the NSA is the number one employer of individuals on the autism spectrum.
This is like the general approach to this question, and it's not just used for people on the spectrum. It's used for like everyone under the sun, pretty much. It's like you're not doing it right because like if these people were put in the right environment, then they would like have these massive market impacts, positive market impacts. And there's some truth to that because it is true, but we have to face facts. That's true for like a subset of these people. Like some of the people on the spectrum we're talking about are like nonverbal and will just need lifelong support their entire lives. So if you just go around saying like, hey, you know,
we got a job for you.
Yeah, we got a job for you. We got these better things. Like, I mean, of course, like, you know, we should be trying to create opportunities for people with very diverse capabilities and neurological profiles. But like arguing, essentially, the thing that drives me nuts about it is that what like the first tack does is it essentially says we all subscribe to the market utility measurement of human value. Is like if you're a trucker and now your truck driving skills have no value in the market because your truck's driven by robots, we should make you into a coder or something that does have market value. Like, and because if you don't have economic value, you have no value. Right. And then if you take a group of people, like people on the spectrum being like they have economic value, it's like you should just be like, it doesn't matter if they have economic value. They have human value. They're human beings. They're our children. They're our fellow citizens and Americans. Like if like AI presidential candidate came out behind me and was like, hey, turns out I'm better than Andrew at everything, you know, like, does that mean I should just like go and be like, well, it's over for me? I should just like just jump out a window now? Like, of course not. And so, like, it's somewhat frustrating to when people are trying to sell it as if it's like you just haven't plugged into their market contribution potential. It's like, well, yes, we should be doing everything we can to like help people find fruitful opportunities, but we should also say, look, the market is not the end-all be-all determinant of who has value and who doesn't. Like, and one of the points I'm making on the trail, which is very, you know, much in this conversation, is like, what does the market value Evelyn's work at with our boys? 0, you know, and like, and we all know that's nonsense. And so, if you look up and say like the market is a highly imperfect determinant of what has value, the market will systematically undervalue parenting, nurturing, volunteerism, arts, creativity, most forms of journalism. Sorry, journalists, but like now, you know, like it's heading in a nasty direction. Women and underrepresented minorities in many, many contexts. And so if you look at this and say, okay, some of these things are literally the most important things in our lives. You know? Yeah, like relationships, like altruism, like anything that you think of as like the stuff of human existence. And this actually is the great tension that's tearing our country apart, is that we've all gotten brainwashed into this like market mentality. It's like, you know, essentially your fault, adapt or die, brand yourself, like keep on hustling, you know, like this thing. And then the market is like progressively zeroing out parenting. It's like, oh, I guess I'll never have a kid. You know, like helping others, like most forms of arts and creativity, a lot of people with various neurological profiles. And so this is like the great schism. And one of the big themes of my campaign is like, look, the market sometimes gets things terribly, terribly wrong. If we follow it too long, we are screwed. Right. And we need to try and get the market aligned over here. Or in some cases, just ignore the market. Just be like, hey, you know what? Like, we're the richest society in the history of the world, 21 trillion or so in GDP, like up 5 or 6 trillion in the last 12 years, like easily afford $1,000 dividend for every American adult. And then people will be like, oh, what have they done to deserve that? It's like, you know, they're an American, owner and shareholder of the greatest country in the history of the world. Like, you know, this is a starting foundation. And then that alone gets you thinking differently about how to address even folks in like the special needs community. It's not
Right.
like, oh, I'm gonna like find some way for you to become like some savant, like order. It's like, hey, guess what? Like, human being has value. Like, what's that? You like, someone who's going to need service the rest of their life? Great. Like, instead of being like, oh, that's like a drain on our society. That's like the point of our society. So it's like, well, what's that? Need some services? Like, fantastic. There are probably like dozens of people that actually want to provide those services if they could make any kind of living doing so. So let's like make that possible.